say yes ye try bakwasem even though tifin sem no anasem e da so no say ye hip life ho asem na e ka but o hwen sem no senia abakwasem no mo tworo no na article no tie no a just hip life ana bibi biom e ka ho onu ni say enya just hip life even though ye hip life for asem no kan but I say wo ka Ghana nyom to abakwasem no ka Ghana nyom to abakwasem dia na say wo no nso no waba be yebi anka say ni din bem na asem na wo ka no ye benya abotre ni etie ni ni ahwe na ya fifi mu yi ana as always say ye din komo no ye be emotional na ya to nsem na guma ni I say okay fans ni ade okay Stone Boy afa mi gina we afa ana nsem na wo ka no esi say bia well ye ndemi ye de ono entie mfa me ho nsem no say na tie same ma me sha se fiu na uhwe article say na si da honom nya Stone Boy ka ni chechi mu a wode ma wadwenkyere ni di kan
yo ya chair it's here for nyina I think say Stone Boy mi nim say ebia enenu opese because of baby a waye music drew or my mu no say opese ye bodin Ghana music dia it means say baby no I was say you recognizing it because waye juma of course obia sa na mi hu no because obia tron article untimi ka sense to say the person is hiding behind hip life now the akasafa your friend say Ghana sound which the article was very specific a hip life on common article no AD na
enti obusa say mi say so si obo hip life enti obusa so ki well say anyum tifo ni bia ene na mafo kroma ba obo mudin ti say bia obo obi ti say bia o King Paluta obo Black Sheriff and obusa say okay omo contribution to hip life na anything
okay omo contribution na say hip life no or start free baby a chance and odi hu koma wo a wo ka hu nyina contribution from producers to if I say artists are omo benya hit songs nyina kekan ya anti wodi free e bra hip life ba e be si ene ya yeken ene ya yekase ye King Paluta enyom ene win hip life hip hop song of the year current yo enti o ka say obedi mu say a na say common cry no you are not even following current ye can obi a or win hip hop song of the year e wo Ghana King Paluta ye can hip hop artist of the year Black Sheriff enti on thing common say obviously Stone Boy is lost in this discussion. Na obobo artist be to say Oka Samini Lenda ensure na mu na said eyede sound amanfo muntio na bandana wasambo we enya somebody bia no problem eyede Stone Boy should come and tell us say opesi adinik din kan wa he should tell us his contribution to hip life because en common is based on hip life. More no interest wona dwini mu endwene say sana na the author article no person or hide behind that is what dwini mu but ye bano de what nipa natural na he was very specific on him say high life wo hono ma ye di high life won komo no ankobo high life din enti no minim what Stone Boy wants to achieve now because say article ne koto Grammy nintio because see say baba address an issue what has the issue got to do with wo your friend say where he make nomination letter is it letter from the Grammy unya ya will be posted alongside your article no say your person won kwana like are you saying say you are the most artist ya tro article afa ho e wo Grammy ntino ye di Ghana nkomo ye nyoma ye mo di nka ho ana. I think Stonebwoy should give us a break.
Okay.
Miss Reno.
Okay. Mesa about Subio Mamen call Tilly Rim na Yenji initial comment no. Na ye ko enwe pian ye sure say other issues no beba. Tilly Mamen tie won so initial comment.
No, come away. It doesn't change my stand. Interview way doesn't change my stand and I'm in common. Per the way a Stonebwoy cano acquire Ghana bibi a free Ghana music munkwa akopie Grammy pages dear, then I have to be acknowledged. But question now portfolio bisa na no sna committee who answer no man sheda antene answer ono so e hono de wadre what is your contribution to hip life? I am Messia enti I was edition when Timia answers our question no. Also opesa woman yes over the period no senya oka afro dance or anasa what out is legacy no why if like I mean who platform papa bia Stonebwoy atina waka say he's even influenced by hip life in Podao. Now all of a sudden, no, because the article is on Grammy, it's no problem. As I said last Saturday, this whole thing article where a copy baby and Stonebwoy and funny who like he doesn't even care. Say article where ba a copy baby or no problem. Ne say article no is on Grammy and aside Rocky Daruni, he's the only Ghanaian artist that has been almost closest to the Grammy thing. You know, until I say in the acknowledgement of anything that will be on Grammy, that is all this conversation is about. Because Oshomupa Stonebwoy, what is your contribution to Grammy? When Timia to the hip life, no when Timia answer. Everybody in there, in as much as I agree, say some of them or mudi were too early, premature. If we so hard, they haven't done the work to be seen, no. But the question is that you move from the Shema Stonebwoy a half an idea was a story. I be making sense to the history or to the current phase of hip life. A hip and a Stonebwoy on the beside home, and then a beshe, and also a man is shut out and to the reggae dancer artist or who is now a hip potty. He should just ask himself that.
Could you, I mean to you?
Yeah, you're very for now. And come on, me de say a coso because as a people no the way I jeja near be my air fire self dear as I then you pay but a buy a high hip life no. Now it's a Ghana for I corner to the stand say Obia per se or didn't who chibi. Hey, hip life ni. Reggie Moya Damase, or Bra form Lord Kenya Mukwade Yadamase because it got to a point as a hip life, no, yeah, a bimu crampe, Afrobeat. Now, just an article, I will be action. Nana Kwadjomula, Obian sanction, and it also tells you the importance of a media, journalists, because Obi action the article. Meaning is a question, I mean, Busam will say, a Grammy for the sanction. Sa article no say entro and I say or access and no provide information.
He pitched it to me Grammy and no more accept.
Exactly. Enti no or no understand individual no trans no create the article no pitch and almost say news word normal publish and obi o ha na bi of say issue ewo and represent here because baby akwa na no so ye valid obi wetimi atwe on ho asem Baba be out here akotono. Ufe say be a issues no enko year we can address it nebia corrections be wa ni. But in this case I say ni problem no nya say Stonebwoy problem no nya say bia yama a good representation of the genre. But only din enimu. Because enye din nyina na capture me hu Lord Kenya din wo. Lord Kenya wo. Other names bebre wo ho no mo a yeah, Omondian the ambo and the inclusion of yes, new guys say be a man for Eddie make a case for ABS Stonebwoy. Now, because they were giving us a generations, and now no these artists are trending. Kimpaluta, rightly as you said, especially where we need hip life artist of the year, Obi the Nishema and found, but most they see a dream on to say a year Nana Kwadjomula no. No. enya Ghana nyina na tenase o yen ya mafre Ghana fo nyina say obi amfa na dream na enye yen tro hip life history. This is an individual and on aye ne article based on in anim de awo and ode akọ na yaji atom. Obi afi say enko yi a obetimi a petition but the way a conversation e call as say see a dimidin shame and obi anim say you are not part of that era no because you can't Batman. Those there was Batman oh. Sami did they say nano ya a Batman and a bandana and almost some one idea I had assessor. So yam babia near SSA edema Kazar and yam fa Kazari at the mano. Emri beba ye san tro bibine be a fan obiano man majin watching. What is yours no? Yeah, the bemo, but say obia ba and we are not talking about obia be our ne Grammy for nya Susan because he can't more part of the recording academy. Meaning he said some artist's name will come in. Stoneboy, you have been there into Dimbebam. So this is not a write-up for Ghana music, which a Stoneboy didn't film. I know the Union but this one is a hip life, and a hip life story a free ABA Charterhouse, and I say Ghana Creative Arts Ministry. And I say, nay, a individual writer, no fan a pen, tiny fee, and no an article, and no pitching a body, a recognized body, adiatum. And untino, say, oh, person the additions bar, you can do it because it can be edited. But say, young family and Shema say, onto the voice, the real old dim common econo. Meaning is a quan so I know they or the enam, and into onto the voice now or proper. Input to be because of baby or adano and also a very important baby adano here it won't fast input near the embra but neo mission now still last a would defend no it's some way we can cry
yes ain't a young common senior si call yeah MC portfolio on ne a Stoneboy and come to change yin be with for
talk about the baking issue of the moment.
Yeah,
That Stoneboy was displeased with an article that was published on the Grammy portal.
Yeah.
And you are still challenging it. Do you still stand by it that there is no way we can write the hip life history and sound of Ghana and omit a page of a Stoneboy page in that book?
this is very fresh. I if you can pull up what
right. So you were challenging. Okay, you said Ghana sound.
Thank you.
But people were like, you knew definitely the article was emphatic about a particular genre.
Okay, so
all right. So the Stoneboy tweet said, and then I read out one guy. Whoever wrote this article is interestingly missing the name Stoneboy.
Yeah.
So the Recording Academy, which you tag them, should do due diligence before they publish have those articles aiming to capture the true image of the state of Ghanaian sound. With this,
before they capture the true image. Read.
Yes, of the Ghanaian sound. Aiming.
Before they capture Patrol Radio,
yes.
Before.
All right. So let me.
Due diligence for free honor.
All right. So you tag the Grammys to do due diligence before they publish have those articles aiming to capture the true image of the state of the Ghana sound. Ghanaian sound.
Oh, quite big enough. Aiming to capture the true image. Okay, that on the side.
Right.
I'm not against any name that would have been mentioned, and I stand on fact. Read where I said that the name Stoneboy cannot be omitted when it comes to the true image of what the state of the Ghanaian sound.
Which I think people have not disagreed, but they are disagreeing on the premise that this was emphatic. Unless, of course, today Overlord want to tell me, please, do you have...
Hold on. Continue. This was emphatic to high life. To hip life.
To hip life. And the era, it was very emphatic about an era.
But it mentioned some other artists who were not in that era.
Unless, of course, you educate us on that.
Which is Black Sheriff, our own brother, and King Paluta.
Okay, so,
And then he goes on this morning to say, Black Sheriff ranks as one of the Ghanaian artists essential to Ghanaian hip life. Look, that's what's on the portal. Have you seen this? How do you explain that?
Okay, so we want to shift away from... Now, I'm centered on you.
I get it.
Yes.
So I'm centered on the Ghanaian sound. Okay. I'm centered on the article being half-dosed. TikTok has also expressed his displeasure.
Right.
And has detailed. Kokese has come to say that if you don't write your own story, so people will carry it from different angles, trying to pin it different ways. I'm grateful that in all humility, we cannot disagree with the fact that
this is a very, hardworking guy who is undoubtedly representing and adding to the catalog, the culture of Ghanaian music.
Certainly.
So when Livingston says Stonebwoy deserves a mention in such in an article that would represent us on a very international platform, that same platform, Stonebwoy has the most articles written about him on Grammy platforms. Check it
certainly.
out. So it's not. So that should tell you that it's not the platform. It's not about my name in the platform, but it's about some of the things that we have to stand up for. You understand?
Okay. So I have.
So what do you make of? For this is an example.
Yeah.
I definitely have to state I'm not attacking nobody.
No.
It's in context to the thing. Black Sherif ranks as one of the Ghanaian artists essential to Ghanaian hip life. I'm confused. And then the details further on in the same. And TikTok says good attempt, but a very poor delivery. Not resourceful enough to be featured on such a credible space. It's like the writer deciding to write about the story of hip hop and R&B, however missing some key and relevant information. I will advise Recording Academy to do due diligence, same words I use, to stories like this before publishing them.
Right.
Since it's of a great importance to the Ghanaian music industry. Right. This even further explains what I'm explaining.
Okay. So the reason why I want to omit the
TikTok,
the TikTok,
and the bit,
the fact that now it was emphasizing the fusion of the indigenous sound and dancehall, which is a borrowed culture. And to them, the poster boys at that era that was able to blend them was Shatawale and Samini. That is where we want to center the argument that it was emphatic. What is your position in hip life? Because you have always championed an Afro dancehall. The first time I heard Afro dancehall was from you, and that is a part you are chattering. People are of the view that what is your concern with an article that captures hip life?
But hip life is our foundation. Hip life will pay credit to high life, and everything that is today must also pay credit to hip life. So I definitely draw inspiration. I'm a son of hip life till today, but it doesn't change the fact that the article wants to capture the Ghanaian sound. The article is capturing the state of Ghanaian sound, disguising under hip life somehow, and we know better. We cannot sit here to have our sound captured, whereby it takes it all the way and comes back to. I'm making my points from there to Sherif, our brother, and then Kim Paluta. I want to ask, what are their roles in hip life?
Maybe because of how they have identified themselves.
Are they hip life artists?
They identify themselves as such.
Have they said they're hip life artists?
For Paluta, I can stick my neck out for him. I have heard Blacko say he does high life and trap. I don't know, something like something of that sort.
Good.
Which obviously traces source from the indigenous genre.
So, do I not trace my sources also from the hip life?
Okay, so let me read this out real quick, maybe to give you a better understanding of the issue.
And then it ends up by summing it up. It goes head and comes down.
Right.
Summaries it up with, that's an artist of the year. Kim Paluta is a new artist of the year.
Right.
And mentions a previous artist of the year. So believe you me, I know better in this industry.
Right.
I speak less. I need to tell you straight.
Right.
I speak less. I know better. I understand the terrain more, and I'm always a student trying to continue to learn.
Right.
When something doesn't make sense, by the grace of God Almighty and by the virtue of the people, an established artist like myself, who doesn't brag about things, those who know me in real life know that I know myself. I don't doubt. I know what I'm speaking about. What I've spoke about is the same thing a TikTok is speaking about. It's the same thing Kwa is speaking about. It's the same thing some G8 article is speaking about. This article has tried, but does not capture the full state of the Ghanaian sound. May it not hide under hip life. To try to coin it in a certain way. Then what is Samini doing in there if their style is contemporary? What is Shatta doing in there if their style is contemporary? What is Sonny Bali doing in there if their style is contemporary? Is my style not contemporary enough to be mentioned as even the current artist of the year? Are we writing in the past? I'm confused. There's a lot of questions I want to ask and I want to know also. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
That is what I am standing for on behalf of Stonebwoy, speaking the truth and saying, no, this is the vibe. And out of all the list mentioned, Stonebwoy is one of the ones who have come closest to the Grammys many times.
Yes,
so what will be the what will be the curse or the harm here if that writer finds a way to acknowledge our current artist of the year, so that still continues to represent a certain pie, a certain piece of the Ghanaian industry? You can disagree all you want, but I'm being honest with you. It is not about articles being written on Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy undoubtedly has one of the. It's been written about mostly on international platforms. In that list mentioned, Stonebwoy is one of the names that has gotten so much international write-ups. So what would it be? Is it that I want more write-up or no? I am here at this time, like you said, as an institution, a young institution at that. I have to lend my voice to stuff that will be meaningful tomorrow, if not now.
Let's.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
Credit to MC Portfolio on Stonebwoy and Komo Twitching. I am Komodie Entertainment Review Show and I have bought Eddie Amamu Biom. Okay, so few things here. Stonebwoy say article no. Send you no see hunu no. I said danko dada dre. Ni di kind. When we say asemo eda itifi semo eda article no so ne say 10 essential artists or artists edu you feel say eba no hip life abakwasemo a o ma ya ade o ma bom humodin a ye kan abakwasema na ye twa ye ntimi nyi omum fim but o kan ensem no a o say no de da ho tifi sem no da ho se ne to da bia utimi hu story bi se ne esi atro bia headline no o be kan story ne ensem awom no ene headline no kran ko ebra o say yes ewom say headline no da ho no see and I head in da ho say yes hip life but officer ensem awo article no Ghana enyum to abakwasem no oka na so oka Ghana enyum to abakwasem dia then officer wono so no waba be yebi mfie be ye dunsu a wawo enyum to adwuma ko be ye duonu no kakra waba be ye no se abakwasem bi se ye tra nka se ni din bem na no no oka well abi se Bible me monka ni pegumu ahudo bebre obi ha odi asem dinu a obeye din o ti se ginamwa obeye kom obi nso o ti se kraman unkan no kra no asase epo bo egumu ahudo bebre o se ono on tran ho ne emfa ne sikan dwa nanka esi etumi ti ase na ye hwe asem na wo ka no eti saying again oka bibi about say yes say enobo nuanu mu bi say okay Black Sheriff Kim Paluta yes oh ene eba no ene enyum aye ya hip life womu ne obi a womu no be so me fan say touch no di akonkane eno say well so ni awono for instance ono ye no and only the I'm a boy hip life and because anyum to form bo mu din nyina wo mu chese as wo mu root a free hip life na so mu nyina wo mu root free hip life ono no root no efifa say hip life no aba be root ama enamafo no nyum no a wo mu ye na adenti no no de yi ni film ebiom o say enye ono nko an wo ka wo sha ase se wo ka say amanfo fi se bia wono nko an Stonebwoy o say TikTok about they be on TikTok because mo TikTok he grade hard TikTok in fact is your see a friend take GH aba be kasa wono so aba be kire na adwen say yes article no o free say ne sitie no woni woni a o tro no one ni nya adwen eniama ne bi omu a enya sa na tie enti you share nsem ni bia bia TikTok atro no say good try bro but next time try and consult for more insight on such important write-ups like these just to try to get it closer to making it perfect TikTok no ka say as why are there but so person true bibi say na say di mu pa ya na waba modern abo apini no waba be more insight and information abakwasem ni bia ka ho na wo twire timi esipi esita wase kwa akese enso aba be kasa afa ho say na mo twira abakwasem an say ne twiro no nti wo say anya ono nko a nti empo no so wo mo free say bia wo no pe eno wo kasa afa ho no anya ono nko a tili.
Okay. Obo second one, I think say me hu baby a confusion in Afri per this particular interview where no money feel say I think say per portfolio so response of them man and money feel say the hip life now article no was on a certain era, but that was a mistake because and no on my stone boy the nyani bisane say na Kempalut and the Black Sheriff era no are they there, but the article was not about any era. In fact,
I don't know blame portfolio now why who say be you know ankasa no stone boy no so on kan article no
and American
so what kind one man on tin obetro no tro
and our portfolio no bisane portfolio say it was a certain era
portfolio yeah that
be or also confirmation forward him to say even at the final point they say Black Sheriff Kempalut and were they in that era because the article was never about hip life in a certain era. It's actually about the journey of hip life. One more almost saw baton nimu e pass ya enu crown pointing as a Kempalut dia bemuno. What you say? And it was never about hip life.
No. This
is the headline. 10 essential.
And yet, me say asema wo kan no. I'm saying nyo na we sure say be a wo chia no.
That is that.
No, we see Stone Boy was talking about era.
Yes.
And I may say, are you sure that's what he said?
Yes, because that it was in the interview now, boy. No, I was say were they in that era? Kempaluta, any Black Sheriff. That was not the conversation. That was not it. The thing,
but he was not situating it in errors.
It was in the tape na matro wa ha.
I am because be me san bo say bia na nyesa. I just want to explain it to you. Me pese me chichim na ati ase. So he was referring to a certain unsa ati omachichim. So the hip life no, it has its root from somewhere. And ababe do baby do. So he was just referring to okay, in that era, for instance, into here baby a Stone Boy cast okay well. Say most say Samini ye contemporary, so Nibali ye contemporary. And you no then or no so ye. Or no the na or ye and ye contemporary ni biana. So it's not necessarily about okay, me understanding ni say the thing is about errors. That is not what you were saying.
No, the conversation or PK Black Sheriff any Kempaluta dinner. His question or put it to portfolio was what were their contribution in that era? What you say, which I think was the basis of
the era of the roots of hip life. That's what he was referring to.
No, that's not the understanding I got. Because portfolio, a portfolio is taking the neck out for Kempaluta kase Kempaluta no, or no there when it comes to hip life wa kase. And no besides na Black Sheriff.
No, that one was talking about contribution.
Exactly.
Said, no, it was not era. He said what is his contribution to hip life? No. I'm saying he said what is his contribution to hip life?
I think it was about PS.
No, it's not. I think I'm saying that I am just correcting what you said or say. What is his contribution to hip life? That is what he was clarifying, not era.
Nah, because what I heard is different from the conversation I had.
Because you see, you are going to do last week the same thing.
No.
Investment is the same thing you are going to do.
Okay, then this all then I got it wrong. If not, I just say be album biom. Now me sure say what I've written. And yes, then probably.
But go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll play by what the concept.
Because what I heard from the tape now, boy, no, and original so or feelings obet media disqualify Black Sheriff and Kempaluta, which is their contribution. But the story, and I make us say the story was never about hip life in a certain era. The story was basically about the journey of hip life, which is where to me, even the chronology or shisha no Emma Kempaluta mobile last and the Black Sheriff mobile last. Now the conversation of said this thing is to capture the hip life as is under the guise of hip life by capturing Ghana music. If it is by that logic, nanka ebotela munyake also mudimbi if it's about Ghana music, because it is not about Ghana music in general. It is about a certain hip life. It is a wetimi yimpenyufo we munyina din focusing on hip life as started from Ambule Ediaba.
See Nyabutro. You see asema wo kanu anyhow the way I wo kanu. First of all, go back to the article. So, okay, Wakan, you want to read the article again. Because when you just say, okay, and you tell Amunina, so Mubema, then it quickly also suggests, okay, well, have you also read the article and situated it into all kind article now? Send it down in us now. Can we situate it still? It doesn't make any.
It doesn't make any because at the end I can say article na atro specifically say a certain genre. What say that be is not the genre. Now the writer is hiding behind just the head, to tell the story of Ghana music. Meanwhile, Ghana music is not just hip life music. And to say really pass writer no, it's just hiding behind the hip life no keke and also Ghana music. Nanka ampedumunya komu just to make a point say a Ghana music na maker. But this thing is specific to a certain genre. That is where my confusion is with Stoneboy Adwebia Ojinano. When you pana draw line and say, listen, there was a certain moment of high life in a high life from one more board no if you see in a better hip life. Now the conversation in the autumn was a board dean of woman hip life from where and those that were bold enough to be encouraged to blend high life with their friend is saying reggae dance hall muye umbi po munyina de wo susi da bida what nipa no right and atete under the name of hip life to write Ghana music and no for that reason to know one now we artist of the year that we now shout out to Kwapai. If it is happening American, if really the artist writer no was going for Ghana music na kende ka yete ha because na ka empenyefo ma be Ghana music munyina mudi ni maka
could you
Tuli on you also get ya. Yes,
so 3 things I try to draw your attention to some of the things they be okay.
Where should be now in the first place
we want to do justice to it.
Session B in the first place which Mr. Stoneboy doesn't agree with the article, not just because of the fact that believe say a Ghana story in the and I said that they hip life no atoso. There's no way or no beji argument na cause around natum because of premise no on where they can fan because we already be do ourselves enkofewa Ghana there no ma kan enemy nim and the best there na obeka say otro Ghana sound or see the Ghanaian sound. It's your people say I me no tie. What is the Ghanaian sound? Ghana sound no ye which one? And ye say we and ye Ghana sound. And the mu dey now ye. And o share the writer na. Me say writer no on regarding Stoneboy as a hip life artist because the option in Ghana.
But you know what to show. You see, Same can be and all these things. Some of this confusion meaning say be how categorization of even the VGM is netia. Hip life, hip hop, and that's so. I mean, I think so. And now you were championing. Kim Paluta was the hip life, hip hop artist
of the year.
Then we ask yourself, okay, so artists, okay, okay, hip life, hip hop. Now we say, maybe are the artists now? Do the artist himself sees himself as
one
hip hop, hip life, and now
I see the brave because a bit more.
But because for so I didn't hono.
No idea to.
So it's okay. Hip hop, hip life.
I think there's been times a Kevin Boy Yaman award or so on yet high life by Afro pop and I say Afro beat. Yes, intending to do what we say or say as a follower of hip life writer no as a follower of hip life no on regarding Stoneboy as
a hip life artist.
A hip life artist. And also from the 1990s.
And no so busa say okay. So regarding me fine. But we who e bi no mo ho no a
good.
Me so be me America say me content.
Only one here the adekro.
Aden na omo de hu omo so omo ye they have hip life root by media.
Enti from 1990 and yeah but from the 90s to the 2024 no. Babia Sakwadi Bam was of Captain from 2008 to 2012.
Yeah.
Now, era by era and no debo. Intin cap Stoneboy bet me rem why I feel say be anke that time no and be obey to me the error. But because the writer doesn't regard you as a hip life artist, so now you be free. Woman see Kim Paluta Munis Black Sheriff mo in the writer's mind no, or regard you as hip life artist. It is say niyam free writer no so niyam mra dwuma na nkasa so. Niyam peke nyomo na amaye no. Say nyomo no it has hip life element. So I hope any idea betimi asset on communities here, and because on officially say Kim Paluta records what you till now to Makoma no officially say a hip life, and me sure say you move your end out to say some of these songs no.
But until the last year or two no, say he was a rap artist.
Yes, by hip life they say a rap.
I'm saying that he was a rap artist.
Yes, hip life.
Don't just say don't just say hip life a rap.
Okay.
He was a rap artist.
He was a rap artist because I again whether that time no a rap no oko catch and say oh yeah hip life whether obeji atum so me a hip life and I'm a rap artist because you see these things about tussle between Yene as host even and with musician.
Yes.
When you try to pitch the person and say oh we high life
or me
high life me Afro fusion me Afro beat me Afro pop me this. So I'm just saying even with the Kim Paluta you're saying which you know that he was rapping.
Yes.
Now, I'm a rapper.
Okay.
Did he identify himself at that time as a hip life artist?
So I'm happy say at times on the award schemes no to me say enum way it's a category way na eko near the amount na o artist no crowd okay but yeah the actual say there are technicalities to it. It is a to some this Shatawale my level omoma as high life song na man for be brain na say artists need identify as a particular genre but upon you na be da na say yenim said say like Kevin Boy or high life artist but on no be friend who say or Afrobeat but yet you na yenim say high life this say ye per se ye be technical we will put it there as a high life
but you know say Sanya man okra no we're getting it wrong. Reason why I say it we're getting it wrong. We said recently conversation we have and we can't approve it and reprove it. Say yes say obi bo amachi de da bonyum. Na if he say sufre unyame, you see there be any gospel. You understand? Because we don't see him as a gospel artist. Kwabena bo be kwan mami. You see, no, we don't see it any gospel unyum. Why? Because we don't identify him as a gospel artist. Mebwa.
Yes.
So why is it that nyum tuni bi bonyum? Where clearly we see that the general maybe for majority of Ninyumura or Yeninano, we calling him dance or reggae artist. No akobo nyumbako, then we see it as a high life. Then we say, okay, high life song or high life even artist and abibisa. I don't think about the gospel there. We can't do that, but we can do that for the other genres. Are we not getting it wrong?
Good. She said gospel for young man say be a kwabra be a coin. Ne be a ya know what ya file as a gospel song of the year. Then ke be a wababe winning over the gospel people. Yes, if board no etimi etie nyum no mu say nyum we dey war gospel elementa, they can stick their neck out and do it and put it there. It will be genuinely accepted based on technicalities. Whether artists know you're okay and I say oh you're okay, but as to say be at the end here do that gospel what they know more fan but they can do with other ones in there and no the baby scheme you know
mama fan to just say be obi fi say Iran come on Iran come on be who say some of this confusion in about because sometimes how you even categorize enyum no ne artist no as genre enyum be na oh ye ni nyina ka ho na masa
confusion exactly because as we speak you know oko Stone Boy ne profile online genres now identify hip life in him.
Okay.
Black Sheriff high life no abo you know it you know omo nje omo ho ntom say omo ye hip life artist but right away no ni right up is beyond just a be a wow or no or identify no so or hip life or hip life
Mimbusa way that if we are not being say be I mean fan say ye share article ni ye kind ye pa ni ahwe how I tro na
yeah
na wa hwe din bi omo ba ya na ye nye because e bi okay Stone Boy ye hunu say bibia because where a bimu shasi fi, and normally I don't want to do that when I'm just doing some of this analysis. A bimu common say shasi fi no fi okay you say okay oh bibia Stone Boy person didn't who shima na see a boni din amoni din, because when you start from that premises one here na sem no crowd can
I know I know
unya buche cry and it's okay nyo can wrong yeah right ana but say yeah share say senya watro nsem no ene nia Stone Boy kana idea if it's okay Stone Boy has a case ebia enka wan kasa wo ho a enka okay but ebia to some extent our case ana
obenya case when it is a representation of a Ghana music as ono ankasa ni tweet ni bi no waka say it's not Ghana music there's nowhere a Dean Stone Boy ebe free mu eno no say yeah scaling it down crowd to ebia yeah wo ye den a untimi say ni din ba mu ewo baabi but this case you know it is not that say your person who ni say the entire Ghanaian sound on the kano but yeah they are all guys say and I'm also happy say ade we nyeni known let's find say a media high profile media personality bia or yeah article we nka but na de na share corner be say because of belonging to the other side ninti na why amasa omissions no aye de abam etianti ase ma the writer no so ne credit and say or no any discretion or use so wade mu no but your face say issues be no ma we can always add it and think by now no cry no na kwadwo no ye bona ba so say on his own what me apeti bi say ya akọ pie a ye bon komo now what are the additions e dey be biem ye bi betimi the account but we tie Stone Boy and komo no and komo and some of the statement because we make a statement this to say artist of the year ya finance mu a unso ma de ne light
but because ono you see again and American utie ni nsem na kind
yeah
and if you tie utie interview no on the portfolio
yeah
or see he referred to new artist of the year which was I think Kim Paluta. Yes, he said it in the previous artist of the year, which is Black Sheriff. So I say, if you're making references to all those things, then you too have
so
to
those are just descriptions. Descriptions about the personalities now about Mudino.
Yeah.
Because Ophelia say Black Sheriff is a contributor to hip life based on his sound.
Mami Masa.
I know your descriptions.
Mami Masa mimbre basami brem no. Ube mu no mami fan to just say for once, I think that Nipa Bako Amehu said in recent times he's disagree or more or less he's been a critic of Stone Boy Pa. Says he's your Manichia, Baba Sadiq. And interestingly, Baba Sadiq said, "Ne comment I just saw it on social media. Say on Stone Boy dream. The only thing Abia or disagree so Stone Boy is not forthright with what you want to say. I don't know. I see on Stone Boy dream. Ninsem now can on any dream, but." I say can be of fast work canon on said then who so maybe Baba himself has to come again anyway. But for the first time I'm just seeing this thing. Mami too Sammy.
I think say first of all omo and as Stone Boy na wenya adwen say nipa no pese or hide behind hip life no. In the article a clear instance of a portion showing us say you are not talking about hip life but rather you are talking about Ghana music or sound from Ghana because who read the article no, from A to Z everything is centered around hip life. The confusion in the article or say pioneering hip life artists like Root Eye, Samini and Shatawali, then known as Bandana, fused dance hall and hip life in the early 2000s. Okay, so you bought osi abo Samini din, osi abo Shatadin. Tell us what is wrong with this statement. And I say, I know a say it was a one so ye Becca say also ye be before Ghana sound or hip life. You see, Stonebwoy is getting it all wrong. Maybe Ebia on Tony Boasi read the article ni na. Ebia. Because what Tony Boasi me nim have those no. Ene Ebia have those no. The next say your kind FB ye no kre. FB ye no kre. Chire efana enye no kre na abrantie ne kan wo article num no. Ni enfa entoto ho ni enka so ampa abrantie na asem o kan. There biti o meba. Can't train. O train say no can fa sheriff for home enya no kre emfa hip life for home. Say no can fa kempaluta ho enya no kre emfa hip life for home. Ni ate ase ba ka se ye boni din na oni artist ni problem a. Oni ni problem say. Oni no problem because asem no waka nipa na kire de enti obo your friend say obo Black Sheriff din nipa na kire de enti obo kempaluta din. It's up to you to prove to us say this is not valid. And then just like a clear kind saying your contribution to hip life. Near who say at a point in time o crowd ye hip life song bia e bet tene wagana ha nyina ba you are known for a bia reggae dance on tina ya dwena amaso kire yen if want me pick point here but I mean more hanum say
and maybe just refer to tick or TikTok actually.
Okay.
Now TikTok actually so I know issue. Or say with the exception of Rutai, the rest is all false. Early 90s would definitely fall on General Marcos, Kwesi Salasi, and a few others. Black Prophet, Vibration Kings, just to name a few. And you know, so person watch and say, "Sa early 90s abakwan sem no kra wo twro no, and no so kra so enya no kre."
Okay, so you see,
according to Take,
you know, the guy did not say early 90s. He said 2000s. He did not say early 90s.
No article no say baby or early 90s.
There be I know yeah the all say Ruta anyway mu no. On my specific baby or di we mu be share bandana ne sami ni Ruta be share no. Wan fa Ruta anko 90s. Me say you see I don't know. Akwa to say abrantia no botaya mimi hu so de ye no enkofo be so mu dum ja no and for a long time yenya discussion on hip life no ache
enkofo be
yeah omo cassette no Stonebwoy ni omo cassette
oh
yes because this is something that is giving your friend say a throwing light on the genre hip life, and that is what we should be championing. Even the Asa Cowboys we more any drip now there's a trap we omu ye no. Ni nyina hip life.
Yeah.
But your majana no nya konontino. The young ones are running away from it.
And I feel
na why not try article no mani ya konontino. Mo amom promote you da. Mo amom bo hip life within one interviews mu da. And na mo bepe glory ni bi. Mo twem ho transfer. Hip life. Who can who be a member for you have your genre that you are championing.
Question per definition or mark for hip life. Then there was no need say award scheme when we hip life hip hop artists because omo ka say ntie we mu kofa sound hip hop sound no and na omo local way ne be kan. And if you listen to some of the songs and now we call them hip hop songs with a hip hop artist now like Saturday night they say when you hip hop song of the year no. Meanwhile wa fa hip hop sound no and all the local tune na to so why are we calling them
scheme for
then it means say confusion no and it also stems from there too because say nipa no oh yeah hip life no or say me hip life me hip hop na say o person want me award o person o actually as hip life me so me dance hall at least me so me roots free hip life what you say
that's
what they dance
we only case mom that thing the only case
for no awards
yes I know the
omo komo but branch here no tie o ka say your friend say Black Sheriff near hip life artist the guy has accepted an award no ho ya tro ho hip life hip hop artist hip hop ni film the akane hip life enti no whether say yen or den identify and one submitting the work ama work no away an award as such that be na ye nominate a friend say Stone Boy under that category
enkomo we won me pese enkomo we yes hip life for no be this ankom and o ma yedin akatachie mu ne sa o mu nyina yedin because see yam fancy e control Stone Boy din shemu a obey hip life moving forward ana there be mum project
take bisa question be say adentina Grammy o man due diligence no o mu bisa hwan because diligence no yeah so who were they going to yes as like right now who were they going to ask for their due diligence because as far as I know a free Reggie Rockstone mu time in your obia kind of story a wo mo ho ni na say yes and it's different 81 pound of was going to validate all this story for this guy
oh my
Hey, medasi. Well, I mean, if I wait for you, nine, sorry, call I had him saying story about Saka, a brand new car, and 95,000 Ghana cedis. Some release Lewin donated to family of deceased 3-year-old boy. Story in India. Aside from the ongoing court proceedings, actor Kujon Kansa Lewin is reported to have taken steps to compensate the family of the 3-year-old Nanaya Ampoma, who died in an accident involving his vehicle. Lewin, who has been cooperating with the legal processes and trial at the Asokore Mampon District Court, has reportedly fulfilled some of his promises to the family of this deceased, according to a close family source. He has replaced Nanaya's father's Hyundai Santa Fe, which was destroyed in the accident, with a brand new one. Additionally, Lewin provided the family with 50,000 Ghana cedis and another 45,000 Ghana cedis to cover funeral and hospital expenses. Also, since Nanaya was the third born after a set of twins, Lewin has pledged to support the surviving twins as part of his compensation efforts. Earlier, after the court proceedings on July 27, 2024, Lewin's lawyer Nana Bonsu Chie stated that they were waiting for the Attorney General's office to review the case and provide guidance. The trial was scheduled on for August 26, 2024, but the judge and the deceased's family were absent from court. Lewin, on the other hand, was present. The proceedings have been adjourned to September 2024. So, assembly nyina say story I da ho is Lewin akwa akwache Obekaya enkwenhia bem se me ne de to so aduonu num asede an ena onya sa aka nkwenhia se akoda beye emfie miensa fa mu hwere ne nkwane se akwakoche ebusia no 95,000 Ghana cedis edi enyama bebre nso di aka ho akoda no papa yese ne car no otwi no na ye Hyundai Santa Fe wato car foforo edi amano na enro a wo mo court no Lewin ti asem no om court no Lewin court yesi judge na odi asem judge amba ebusia no so asem no so fa ho yesi om so wo mo de hie ewu no om so ma court onkodu court no yesi court yesi asem no de akwa akose ye September bosumi ebusia mi ka se asem hia ase omo be kasa pa o ena wie ye se ye pese ne omo kasa ni aye frɛ no wasi o oni kumase we fi kumase be bosome kura ni nti wo maye ebusia panyin na ebetimi na kasa no na ma ya ba fi de no ma number ebusia yi yo yate so story no say ni sida hold ni Sammy ase mi na nka pese court
oh dia sa assembly da so court nti ne ye twen but I feel say wona mudi Lewin echi a assembly baaye no ye mu bi kasa na omu bedi atem no omu fa ye bomre because if it's indeed true say Lewin car na papa no twi na mentie ni se enye papa na nkasa ne dia no se wa replace no na wako wasa to akoso a compensating no with the hospital and medical bills na wasa etua before akwada no ni barrier na ho ne ma nyina akosi 95,000 ne dia then it means and I say catch them me say kojo agiatum straightforward say accident no nimfom so ene buy that's the bottom line no say kojo agiatum ntinu obi a sabi oka bie ye say ana kojo na bebo nwom say ye tan no ye say na ye pen say obi wu say den no den o kan fa ho nipa ye mfomso nipa mi etimi ye mistake nsem bi si a ye kasa ye di kan no ye nto ye bo ase ansa because ye fan say prosecutor no insert me kan information ya abeto abontin gina so say no kre what me akwa kutuetie ska say wakwa yi say amabusuafo no ene ye chese charges aye de abo ni nyina no credit. This is one what my sem na so easy. Me de me hu no say well obia nim de ono ye obeye se ode be solve abusuano ni pain omu pain ana omu yaw ana bibia. I don't know about that. But the ono so e bia ya ebe ma asem no ne ho nkire no ene bia futuo bi efrim panyimfo bi ho no ma ye de akwa am ni tu sa na mon. But ni nyina no the bottom line is kojon cancer say wa yes atoka no etua se sika ne dia then wa kire Ghana fo nyina say sebi enkwanhia na esi yen eye ne mfom so
Tilly Santo Kawe Lewin air fighting on two fronts or fighting our court and or fighting our public opinion because as same way started the public opinion in favor and cry and I am thinking say papa ya oye nyina na de oye nyina na kire se opese o win back sa perception na public ndi na shem say Lewin ye insensitive even pen speech and prize giving day when school how oye nyoma nyina kire se opese o win back the laugh no but me question is say the oye nia no does it not make the work difficult for the council no or more court ni mum no because I remember very well saying the lawyer say or you're not guilty. They are pleading not guilty. And as a not guilty person, no, unless they are trying to, and now there is a reason say all you weighing out to prove to AB and penny for judges any jury and say there's a bit of remorse. But why will you be remorseful if you are not guilty? And also so ne asemono and to say oh yeah for yeah in public yeah wa bonteno to say oh maybe redeem sani image say oh le win train busuana ho oh AB na ne ho na fanita na won fi omodia fine. But say oh yeah e dia boa ni case now I don't know how this is going to help his case. I don't know cause media me mom de kame pepper say ko betwen ama asem ne ye whether or not or you're guilty or you're not guilty and na kire oh yes ani we say okay ne papa mu no wo twen abusua no ho but at this point oh yeah say ye bebo we say ama say oh le win why ya de anasa oh yeah to help your case in court.
Yeah, could you?
Yeah, it's a good kind gesture. Why? In fact, assembly see almost say no, almost shre enipa abofra no, ene papa no almost shre enipa sign car no so say any other. Identity say almost say okay, the idea see bia me. Yeah, nam so by me take that responsibility because I mean was ahoden say me to me aye saa nneema na efe esan say sika de ade nyina e pa cho say omasom
so far we nya saa confirmation am say yeah
say omasom aha me sure say bi omasom so omasom so dia na say asomdwe mu no na say no ma court wi na eno nso ye me na kakra I so be like say be a scanner by ntina omasom ntina ma oma ntimi and show up in court na but in no na yinyina pese emra no efa ne kwan so na ba bia obi afom no watumi ayeden ya se ne esese yeso ni mu na emra so na asotwe bi wa na ba se ne be wo kina bi no yinyina ye bi hu kwan ya be fa so a ye be boy ho bra because obra wo bo lord kwan no so se wo tie hyen mu no enye onkwan wo yamfom so enye onkwan na be kan ekwa akoka amanfo bi a omo very innocent and into near pese sad and koso but a council the abafie and into watimi a clear say na sameka say or information car na nye papa ne dia no definitely a can aba it's watimi a fix na nipa o twini car no waya car mo boy hospital car ya clear free ho they say ne aka na ye say bia yen ko ba yesem the next court no abusuafo ne nko omo nko na yentimi nyi asem no na infru because and also ya another problem asem na siwe na de bia na utwa court kwan eji se bibia nyina so bia ba na yenko na court ne be kan na nko na lewe ento aso enye na dwuma na abusuafo no so nyi saa de infru because anytime ye be bo court so bia no be kai sa issue no eno ti se timi di asem ni wi e be mo nso no o ma timi a heal from sa loss na e but mebo lewe ya baso say ade ade pa watumi aye amabusuafo
Peace FM.
Them belly full.
Them belly full, but we hungry. A hungry mob is a hungry mob. A rain a fall, but the dirty tough. A yatta yuck, but the youth not enough. You're gonna dance.
It's time for us to go.
Music, dance.
Brazil see any more bedin cry. Kone ahoden ya wada be hia.
Forget your troubles and dance.
Okay, all right, Sammy. So, anything?
The message Stone Boy say, and come on, baby, Dikono, or man fans in Bibri are disappointed in him. He should stop explaining himself. A hip life, assembly LD. So, what did you say? Can be a fast hip life for one. No, I'm a swati. Maybe an article for be a corrective. But so dinty and I will concern to kwa idea any mission or disappointing the fans be brave.
Tilly.
Ministry ka manem ko.
Could you?
Yes, hip life and common. Yes, TikTok. No hip life history. Niama wa achieve with hip life now. My who be bisa. Give us something like a documentary. Be Rutai, you were captured. Munina mo filler. Mun put up information for the next 10 years. No be try there. At least or your researcher. What to me anya. Obi to say Reggie Roston amount for. And then I can one colleagues ne be ne say. I say the hip life. The coining of hip life ne manner. Me pachu. Bet me I near man. I say or if we have a hip life concert.
Yeah, bon.
Hip life concert. Be all my nyane to me documentary hip life near send be ya. Obi tran baby no nyane information no the ya. Ama me ye entokwa ewo o man anymore.
Kojokin out in Kano. Tilia Kuenipa and Sammy Ousasari, Sammy Rasta. Jimmy Dina Hanum Senior DC, Salamat Pinto, Isabella Danso, Peter Square, who is bereaved. Condolences to Peter Square. Washone Papa, Kuni Papa, and Chebe ye. And condolences to Irama Despite. Doctor say Kwame Despite ne ho kanfo wa hwe ni maame nti we de yie pa ade na to ani ti me we she me boss Doctor say Kwame Despite ye she no ya call ne ho kanfo Irama Despite Irama maame free mu hungry mob is a hungry mob a rain a fall but it tough. Chrissy Abuajini Medin, Hanum Senior Digimediani, see Yawadan Konya Hodin Hormesan Babet to us so their mama entertainment review Jumediano. Yes, so a consumer bridge medio, Janka Kwame Babetrim, now or the Abre. Yeah, that's what said. Me call.